You may not know it by name, but the Keeling curve is iconic in scientific circles.
For decades here, starting with my father, we've been tracking the buildup of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere through measurements around the world, but most notably in Hawaii on Mauna Loa.
That's Ralph Keeling. He's the director of the CO2 program at Scripps Institution of Oceanography. He recognized at a young age that the work his father, Charles David Keeling, began was important.
The Keeling curve was really the first clear evidence of human impacts at that scale of the global climate. And so it was the alarm bell that went off. But it's also the pulse of the planet. We're seeing what's going on. It is our bottom line. So bending the curve means bending the Keeling curve.
That curve links carbon dioxide levels increasing at a much faster rate to fossil fuel burning, a primary driver of global warming. The Keeling curve has been foundational to the policy that enabled the federal government to regulate those emissions under the Clean Air Act.
And now the endangerment finding is hereby eliminated, as well as all greenhouse gas emission standards that followed.
Lee Zeldin heads the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA. Last week, he said the policy known as the endangerment finding led to too much red tape for automakers.
Manufacturers will no longer be burdened by measuring, compiling, or reporting greenhouse gas emissions for vehicles and engines.
He argues that the Clean Air Act is meant for regulating pollutants that linger in the air people breathe, like smog, and it doesn't give the EPA the authority to regulate greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide that stick around in the atmosphere. But Keeling says those greenhouse gas pollutants create health harms too.
To me, a pollution is something that we are putting out there that we didn't need to put out there, that's changing the environment in a way that's harmful. And CO2 checks that box pretty easily.
Keeling worries about what the government ending its obligation to regulate these emissions will mean for our future.
CO2 is not going down. CO2 is going up. It's going up faster than ever. We're burning fossil fuels, and it's simply building up. We're taking carbon that was in the ground in the form of fossil fuels, we're burning it, and we're flooding the zone.
And that, he says, has already led to wildfires, sea level rise, flooding, and heat waves. And that has had an impact on energy bills, emergency room visits, and insurance premiums. Keeling says he worries about the country losing momentum in curbing planet warming emissions.
If we care about our own well-being, we have to lead the world. And so the signals we give to other countries about how to behave are as important as anything we do domestically.
If his father were here today, Keeling says he would say the same thing.
We have to get fossil fuel burning under control, and these actions don't help. And we have to lead the world in the crusade to reduce dependence on fossil fuel. Our country needs to do that badly.
The state of California and environmental groups like the Sierra Club are vowing to challenge the EPA in court. Tammy Murga, KPBS News.